for the Ohio State Buckeyes, Ryan Day. Coach, there is a chant happening right now, and I am not going to keep these people waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, you and this man had an incredible verbal joust earlier this season after a massive win for your program up there in Notre Dame. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Lou Holtz. Coach, cheers. Thank you guys for joining us. Coach Ryan Day, I know Coach Lou Holtz has a message for you as we start this thing off.
Yeah,
I've already heard some of the things you were saying.
I understand that, but I did want to come up here and kind of clear the air with you because, listen, like I said when we were back in Notre Dame when you guys played there.
Yeah, Coach, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
We apologize you have to sit through this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But I used to coach at Ohio State, back with Woody Hayes. I won a national championship. I love Columbus. I love all these people out here. And listen, I didn't mean to chap your ass like that. I really didn't. And I felt so dang bad afterwards. I told the guys the day after, I went to bed watching Matlock, and I woke up the next morning, and lo and behold, Coach Ryan Day wants to beat the hell out of me. So I did not feel good about it, but I never meant to disrespect you or your boys, and I just wanted a good, clean fight between our two teams. And listen, if you took disrespect or you thought I was making a mockery or you were the program, I apologize, and I'm sorry that we ever even got in that situation.
Happy we could settle that. Too loose.
I will say, though, I did see the clip of the show the day after, and I haven't laughed so hard in my life.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Nice. Well, we want to let you know, Coach, we didn't like being a part of that because we do like bringing positive vibes to things.
I get it.
And I think, I appreciate a coach, though, utilizing anything to motivate a team. I think that's a coach's job. So I had nothing but respect for what you did. We didn't like being a part of it. But with that being said, I think we got a chance to showcase how your team feels about you. How do you feel about this particular team? Why did you know they would respond to that type of disrespect talk? And what do you feel about how this game's going to go tomorrow?
Well, when you play the game of football, it's nothing like any other sport. As you know, it's a passionate, intense, violent sport. And you do everything you can to put your team in a situation to be successful. And, as a coach, sometimes you got to show emotion too. You got to be in the fight with the guys. They got to feel that part of it as a leader. And, there was a lot of things that were being said that week that, we took personal, and that's okay. That's okay to take things personal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes. And so, we had a look in our eye that we're continuing to build upon. That just wasn't one game. I mean, that's been like that all year, and that's going to continue to be this Saturday.
Okay, Coach. I love hearing that. I appreciate the hell out of that. As a guy who's been in college football now I've been very lucky. There you go. Let's go. You should embrace that.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so that's actually the perfect segue, and we appreciate the hell out of you guys for that because they're chanting that now, and I love that they're doing that because last year I witnessed a moment where these Ohio State fans are so passionate. And then everybody talks about the pressure that it is to be the Ohio State Buckeye coach because you got to win here. They expect greatness. That's literally what this stadium has had since the beginning. That is what is called upon. So it's tough sometimes, I'd assume, to be a coach here. Why do you love coaching at Ohio State? And what do you feel about the team this year to be able to rise to the expectations of the entire state?
Now you bring up some great points. This Ohio State's not for everybody. It's just not. Everything about Ohio State is passionate. People love Ohio State. When they put the block O on their chest, when they put the block O on their hat, that's their identity. That's who they are. And now I've been here now 7 years. My youngest daughter doesn't know anywhere else. And when you first come, you're learning a little bit about it, and then before you know it, that's who you are as a person. And so you take those things personal. But everything here matters, no matter what you do. This game on Saturday, this is why you come to Ohio State. All eyes will be here. It's going to be a packed house. The passion will be there. But that's what you love. I think it's where 11 million fans. That's amazing. Our fan base is crazy. So you're never going to make everybody happy. Even if it's 5%, that's still 500,000 people. That's just how it goes. Yeah. But our players, our coaches, everybody that comes to Ohio State wants to compete at the highest level. They want to be elite. They want it to matter. And that's just the way you got to live life. You got to go.
That was awesome to hear. And I know Amanda loved hearing that, is a guy that has a lot of respect for you and still calls this place home as an Ohio State legend, A.J. Hawk.
I do, Coach. So on a lighter note, I just want to ask, where were you and how did they deliver the news when Lou Holtz said those things about the squad? Because I heard the post-game comments, and I'm thinking, man, what did Lou say? Because I only heard this Lou. I didn't even hear the other Lou when we were there. So how were they presented to you?
Well, I just get a few text messages from people.
So did you have any idea that fake Lou Holtz was interviewing real Lou Holtz?
No, so I saw some of the real stuff that went on before. I heard
easy down now.
A lot of stuff being said behind us.
Coach, now we move on. That's like a reset there. Sorry. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
a little distraction in the back there. Okay. No, but you hear things and then it kind of mounts up, and then just there's certain points in your life when you get challenged in certain ways. You gotta stand up for the people you believe in. The hard work and everybody that is our program puts so much into it, as you know, and so you got to stand up for it. But but then afterwards, I saw all the fun that was being had and the laughs that were being had, and I thought it was hilarious. And I was. Usually just
you won the game.
Right?
Who cares?
Hell yeah. You can do whatever you won.
Listen, who cares? You won the game. You can do whatever the hell you want. You galvanized your team. That was a big-time win too late. I feel like we learned a lot about your guys that game, right? Like without everybody saying that's Kyle McCord's coming out party. You agree with that?
Well, we're only halfway through the season, and that was good. But all of our focus is winning on this game right here. This is as big as it gets right here. And our focus that game's behind us. Certainly you learn from the past, but our focus has to be on winning this game. We got a really good team coming in here, and you're not allowed to lose any games at Ohio State. That's how it works. So we're not thinking about that very much. We've learned from the past, we've grown from it, but all the focus is on Penn State here.
The man in the cowboy hat, Tone Deeks.
Coach, on the field, I feel like there's a noticeable difference on the defense the last 2 years. You brought in Jim Knowles to take over as the defensive coordinator the last 2 years. Could you have imagined that it would have went this well? And what is the biggest difference that he's brought into the defense this year?
Well, no matter what we do at Ohio State, the expectation is to be the best in the country.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. And we had a little bit of a lull there. Call it for what it is. But Jim came in and did a really good job last year. I think our guys started to learn about what the system is and what to do. This year, I think we're figuring out how to do it. I also think that Jim has made some adjustments coming off of last year, the way it ended, which was really well done. And so we'll see. Again, we're only halfway through the season. Bigger challenges coming here Saturday.
Con man with the mullet.
Yeah, Coach, obviously at Ohio State, you guys go and you just beat the hell out of teams like Purdue, and then obviously there are games like this where game day's here and it's a top 10 matchup. Do you vary how you get the team ready for certain games? Obviously, when it's a noon game in Purdue like last week, it's tough, because it's a different atmosphere versus an atmosphere like this. Do you change week to week on how, you talk to the team or how you motivate them?
Yeah, there's a certain level of consistency that has to happen every week because, again, one bad Saturday and your whole season's ruined. So you have to have a certain level of consistency. But at the same time, these are what we call matchup games. And in matchup games, it can come down to one play. So as we go through the week, we try to identify, how do we maximize as much time as we can during the week to make sure that we do everything we possibly can. That's why even like being here right now, I'm a little anxious because I feel like I'm wasting time and not working with the guys right now.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, by the way. Thank you for taking the time.
But we say there's a clock that ticks down to noon on Saturday, and every minute that goes by is one less minute you have to prepare. And so in matchup games, we try to identify the things that have happened in the past and the things that we have to do to win the game in that particular matchup. That's unique to the opponent.
We appreciate you taking time. I understand that there's no piece of film that isn't good for you to watch for the 15,000th time today.
Right.
Okay?
Right. You got it.
I appreciate that. Super football guy. Yeah. I assume, right?
Oh, yeah.
Film junkie, you love football, huh?
I love football. Yeah, I love football.
You played, right?
Oh, yeah. Played quarterback.
Let's go. Can still spin it?
University of New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Wagon. Absolute wagon.
Live for your
Can you
dad.
still spin it or no?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe once or twice, and I get sore.
His son could spin it too.
Oh, yeah?
There's plenty of clips of you and your son on the internet throwing the ball too.
Oh, really? You're lying to me. You got a cannon still. You ever fired to Marvin Harrison Jr. and say, wow, that's a first pick of the NFL draft?
No, I tell you, you talk about a special young man. He's special, Marvin. It's his work ethic and what he's done is setting a standard here. The last couple of years has been tremendous. I really got to give him a lot of credit, and our whole team. This game is about players, and we have a really good team. We do. Our kids are working hard. They put it in every single week, and so now we got to go put it on the field on Saturday. But yeah, this is a fun team to be around. It's a veteran team. It's a gritty team, and we got to play that way on Saturday. We got to play angry. We got to play with an edge to us because we know it's going to go 4 quarters. And that's the way it's going to go. You look at the Penn State games against Ohio State. The past however many years, 10 years, it's been that way. So we got to come out swinging and then play 4 quarters.
That's Big Ten football, though, isn't it? Right?
It is.
It feels like that's the case. Do you guys recognize that within the Big Ten? That's how other people say, hey, Big Ten football. You know what that's going to mean? I assume you're recruiting certain type of people to this team, to Ohio State, and finding them. And in this modern world, how easy or hard is that to find your people?
The challenge is, the landscape changes every day. Things are changing on a constant basis, and you feel like it changes year to year so much. And you got to do everything you can to adapt to make sure that you're giving your team the best chance to be successful. And so I think now more than ever, you have to open up your doors and say, this is who we are. Is this what you want? Because now they just can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's not like they have any rules in terms of transferring. Guys can just go to other schools. So now more than ever, you have to really follow through with your recruiting. You look parents in the eye, you look the recruits in the eye, and tell them this is what you're going to get when you get here. And then once they're here, you got to treat them that way. That's really important to maintain your culture, because you don't want to have a lot of turnover year in and year out.
So it's like more transparency almost, ipso facto, from the whole process, as opposed to like, hey, now you're in here, you're stuck, everything changes. That's a nice little thing to have, especially when you have the Ohio State faithful behind you. I know this state dies with you. Anything you need, I think, is the kind of a move. This dude's still signing autographs for like $75,000 for like 10 of them.
It's crazy.
You know that, Coach? This dude walks into a pizza shop, makes $100,000 here in Columbus.
Bang.
I love everything about it.
You got to see his daughter play basketball.
Hey, I heard we're smacking the floor.
Oh, she plays like her father played football.
Now, that's how you guys are in basketball leagues together? Is that how?
My daughter's played against AJ's daughter in basketball, yeah.
Ooh.
Is he coaching those games?
Oh, yeah.
I have not anymore.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I
You
was
coached one of
before.
them. Yeah.
I was fit. She's going to middle school now.
But you could tell he just sits back. You can tell he just sits back and he wants to say something, but he doesn't say much. He just kind of sits there on the bench and just like,
that's his coaching style.
All positivity for those 5th and 6th grade girls. Yeah.
That's about how he is doing that.
Hey, Coach Lou Holtz has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the expectations, and obviously, I'm no stranger to expectations.
Sorry you're doing
as well. You got to win every single game, and that's just kind of the way it is. It's not fair, but that's just the way it is. But let's say, tomorrow you do have a big statement win against a very good Penn State football team. Does it ever bother you or kind of just get under your skin that at the end of the day, you could go 11-0 every year, 10-0 every year, and all people care about, all these people care about is, hey, did you beat Michigan's ass or what? Is that just something going into every year, and that's something you've kind of had to kind of just put in the back of your head, or does that ever get under your skin at all?
Well, no. I remember at the press conference when Urban kind of handed over the whistle to me, and we talked about what that means.
Don't have to talk to him.
You don't have to look at him.
No, but it's true. It's true. I think it's the first goal is you have to win the rivalry game, then you got to win every game after that.
Yeah.
And you just have to embrace that, and that's part of what it is at Ohio State. That's just the bottom line. But that doesn't mean you can't bring it, and you got to bring it every single week. And so this Saturday is going to be a big one. And one of the things that we talked about is we need the crowd to be great in this game.
Oh,
yeah, we need the crowd to be great.
Big crowd game.
Big crowd game.
Need it.
It's a big crowd game.
You want them there, right? You want their butts and seats.
Every time they got the ball, man, we got to make it hard. We got to make it the most hostile environment in America. So here we go.
Kickoff's at noon. Let's have a Saturday here in Columbus, Ohio. Thank you to your university for being so hospitable. Thank you for coming on the program, dude. You are the man. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Ohio State Buckeye football team, Ryan Day.
Yeah, coach!
That was awesome.
Unbelievable.
He was talking to Lou.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, that was really cool of you. Hey, you still got your ears on, right? Can you hear me? No, he's gone. He's out.
He's out.
I'm out.
He needs to go see film.
Too many minutes. Too many minutes not watching film. Joining us
was
back
awesome.
here, ladies and gentlemen, Penn State All-American AQ Shipley.
What a downgrade at that
Hey,
seat.
go ahead and try to fill that seat, you bum. Hey, you look good up here. You're really fit.
That was a heck of a recruiting spiel he just did.
Wow. What is your deal?
This guy stinks.
This guy.
I mean-
Recruiting spiel.
That was good.
That was really good, wasn't it? You started to like Ohio State. That's what was happening back here.
The fact that he didn't crack up looking at this, I mean,
He
He
answered,
talked
he
to
answered
him.
him dead serious.
Dead
He's speaking
serious.
right
I
to
mean,
him,
just-
dead serious.
So I think it goes back to my
Stone
press
cold.
conference, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, whoa, hey, dude, listen. You don't have to speak directly to me.
Yeah, real
You know,
answer.
But you, hey, way to own up there.
Hey, thank you.
Good job, Coach.
That boy, Ty.
awesome.
I'll be honest, I thought he might swing on me. I really did. I kind of came up here, hey, 50-50, you better, get AJ's little jaw stretcher machine because he might try to pop you one.